Okay, so everything is set up. I'm ready to set my T-post, or set my 4x4 post. Now, I know that's not very deep, and that's not exactly what I want. It's only about 6 inches deep underground. But there's a ginormous rock right there. I'm not arguing with it anymore. So once that is filled with concrete, I will backfill it and get more stability in there. This one is nice and deep, so it won't be as far. Just to make sure I have at least 18 inches above the ground, or even. So I will have plenty. That one's only about 5 to 6 inches, which is not as big as the first hole I showed you there. And this one is nice and big, and it happens to have a giant rock right on the east face of where I want to put this 4x4, and so it's going to slip in there just right, I think. Okay, so as you can tell, maybe, this thing, okay, my phone is even right now. This entire thing right now slopes downward to that. This post is about 8 inches in the ground as it sits. This one is about 5, sitting up against that. So this whole thing, once these posts are set, is going to come up and even out, just like it should. But I'm going to have it at least 10 inches off the ground. That way I can get underneath it if I need to for plumbing or anything, which I'm going to probably do a little bit more height on it. But from the bottom to the ground, it'll be about 10 to 12 inches, depending on how much 4x4 I have left. Well, at this time, all of the posts are nail set into the corners. They are even with a level. I have one of them fancy angled fence post levels. They go in one corner, and it kind of shows you a vertical and horizontal level. And somewhere I must have forgot it between the travels of here and somewhere else. I don't know where I'm going to put it at, but I went ahead and used my regular level there, and they are straight as could be for now. So I'm excited to get this concreted in. So I'm going to go ahead and get my Quikrete mixed up and poured into the holes, and we'll see what we can do damage wise. This one I'm not too awful worried about. I'm going to have to backfill this just a little bit with some rock, this big hole here, because that corner is definitely not very deep. But as long as I get a good footing in there with the concrete, I won't have any problems, I don't think. So as it stands right now, I can only use so much of my bag per hole because I don't know how much I have overall. And I did have some extra big bags here, so alright guys, half a bag for that hole. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of them. And if I have anything left over, I will split it between them all. hazards out here. All right, guys, so my posts are set. I have once again had to readjust.
All right, so about an hour and a half later and some troubles.
Each one of these, I had to square it out.
I do
a
have
little bit more.
The outside
put up, and they don't look like they're square, but they are.
I've yet to get all of these.
They don't look like they're level, but they are. I
promise.
promise.
Nailed in here.
I measured once,
I
measured twice, 3 and 4 times now.
5/16 by 3.5 inch lag bolts on
I'm
the back,
extremely
so it
happy
pulls it
with
together.
what I've got now.
And
you know, there's one thing out there that I really like.
Is
the
fact
that
that become solid more and more.
Being able to build something is fun.
What I get put in.
Being able to do it without any help
looks all right.
Is
for
amazing,
some reason,
and it's fulfilling.
It looks like it's out of square and out of level, but it's a dream come true. Everything is level, and so maybe it's just the ground, how it slopes down that direction.
Now, right now I'm having to use these. This is my outside joist.
This is my level mark on my
up in the
string
air a little bit. I'm having to use these right now as braces for the 4x4s.
But I had to adjust it.
You know, of course.
You look at my string.
I got my 2x4s that I didn't buy.
That's level.
But I had 2x4s at home.
That's where
that were previously used for concrete work. But
for some reason,
I didn't bring them.
Both of these.
Not a big deal. Now is
this.
I'm gonna get my stringer
right here,
up, and I'm gonna
this run
measure out
we're
my
level with the
line as to where
level.
The bottom of this will be, and the top of that
I put
will
it,
be.
and I will see how it turns out. Otherwise,
go from there.
For right now, I just
that'll probably be the next part that I
like
show up.
But the,
I'm not gonna show you me
the string and the level here never lie, right?
Common sense.
Kind of confused.
Well, usually, but
I mean, I know it's obviously up there a little bit, and this could be level, but you can see right up there. Sorry. Where my string meets the board, where this one doesn't, it's an inch off. So I'll just get some joists started and start hammering those in.
Well, guys, day 2 of the cabin project is complete. You know, I only had 2 days this weekend to work on this stuff, and so it's not a big deal that I only got this much done. This is all I had planned to get done. everything that I got here is what I had planned out, except for missing a couple of 4x4 braces. Now you can see the corners are all braced up, cemented in the ground now. They're drying and set to go. Everything is square, ready. But I am missing my 4x4 braces here in the center. I'm going to put one right here in the middle and then on the back side, because look at this. Now that is something I knew was going to happen. I'm not mad about it. It's just I didn't have the money to put out another 20 bucks for a 4x4 that day, and so I'll buy another 12 footer, excuse me. And actually,
All right, so now
I'll cut the head off of that one right there.
Finally
And I've got enough right there to brace the back side,
put together and everything.
as I do
First,
with
what I have
that
to do
one back there.
is that this board
The only
has
problem
a little bit
is,
of a bow, and I think
being that
what it
there's
is
so much
because
rock
my,
underneath this shallow ground right here,
my 4x4
underneath the
is
topsoil,
kind of pulling in
the
wrong
rock
places and stuff, and this whole board does kind of a bow to
is
begin
a
with.
pain in the
So
ass
what
to
I'm
get
gonna do
to
is
or
take a
break
couple
up.
ratchet
So
straps
hopefully,
from the other
when I
side,
dig
bring
the
it over here,
holes
and then just tighten them down as good as I can.
for
and
these
that'll kind of suck
center
them together.
footings, there's nothing right there.
Otherwise,
But
I
for the
don't know
most
what
part,
to do,
the structure is
but I want these
extremely
things
solid.
snugged up tight,
If I can get up here.
and you
I
know,
mean, it
sturdy.
does bounce a little bit. It's just a frame, but it is all good to go. And then I'll eventually have liquid nails and construction adhesive and plywood on here that would solidify it very, very fast. So I'm